that's cool. So, do you still talk to some of your like Flatiron colleagues? Do you think you made a lot of good connections there? Yeah.
So my class, I don't know what size a typical class is. Mine was um, about 12 people, I think, to start with, and only 8 of us left at the same time
Oh, cool.
for various reasons. But yeah, I actually encouraged a friend of mine from high school to do the same program and join the boot camp while I was already a couple months in, and so she moved to DC and enrolled and went through it 2 months behind me, and we're obviously still close. We've been friends for a long time, but that's really nice for me to have someone that I get along with
Sure, that makes sense.
socially.
I mean, that must
Um,
say good about the program if like a couple months into it, you're already recommending people. So, that's good to hear. So
yeah,
did
we're both
she?
really happy with what we learned there, and and our job search since.
Cool. How so? Like after you graduated Flatiron, how was the job search process? Like, did Flatiron help in that aspect? Did they provide a lot of resources or things like that?
Yeah, so what I found is that they have like a really robust job searching team or business development team
Cool.
rather. And their career services, there's like a really, how do I explain it? They have a process that's almost as detailed as their curriculum for the
Oh,
job search.
right. Cool.
I was not interested in jobs in DC. I wanted to be in New York or California. So I didn't feel that they were as equipped to help me. Maybe it's because they had just opened up a new location. So I really did most of my job search on my own. I didn't use the
Okay.
resources that they had available. But I know that a lot of my classmates found jobs through Flatiron in DC.
Okay. So they were helping to find local jobs. That makes sense. But
Mhm.
does Flatiron now have locations elsewhere besides DC or?
Well, they started in New York. They have
Okay.
locations all across the US now. I think New
Cool.
York, Texas. Wait, I don't know. They have a lot of locations now. They
Sure,
have
sure,
one
sure.
They have one in London. I hear about them all the time,
Got it.
but
Yeah, that's
yeah,
interesting that you were looking. I'm in LA myself, so yeah, you should have moved to California. No, I don't want to say anything bad about New York, but yeah, California is definitely where it's at. I was in the Bay Area, but now I'm in LA, so lots of tech stuff. So it's always interesting to see all these boot camps. Obviously in the Bay Area, there's a ton of them. So I heard
yeah.
really good things about Flatiron, so
Well,
that's
I
good
was
to hear.
almost scared to move to California to do my job search because I felt like I would be a smaller fish in a bigger pond in California and a slightly bigger fish
No,
in
no. I
Vancouver.
think I think everyone obviously gets scared to the Bay Area, but there's obviously a ton of tech companies, and
Mhm.
especially they do value a lot students or people that come from boot camps. I think people. I said this previously, but Google especially, everyone thinks like, oh, you need to go to like an Ivy League school and have like a master's degree, and that's not the case. I think we hire a ton of people from boot camps all the time. I think the stat is 5% of the Google workforce doesn't even have college degrees, so it's like,
Mhm.
we're really open to, you know, people that know what they're doing, and boot camps are a great way to learn that experience quickly. So I
Yeah,
think that's
I
cool.
agree. I mean, that might be the case for Google. I do think that with a lot of, I think that coming out of a boot camp, you have to look for the right company that's that's not specific about hiring someone with a college degree because I did encounter a lot
I see.
of jobs that I applied for that wouldn't even bring me in for an interview because I didn't have a college degree, which is fine. It just changed the way that I had to do my job search.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah. So, and thanks for talking about your experience. It sounds really great. One last thing. How did you hear about Skilled? And I know you wrote an article for Skilled. Was there anything else like, how did you find out about us?
I signed up with Skilled through Flatiron
Oh,
as I
cool.
was nearing the
Oh,
end of
right.
the
Yeah.
program. Yeah,
So was that part of that intricate process after you graduated of them like, hey, do all these things, and one thing is talk to Skilled.
yeah. So they were sort of as we were leaving the program, they were preparing us for job interviews, technical interviews, and they signed every single student up with, I think, one practice interview
Oh,
with
cool.
Skilled.
Yeah, one practice. Yeah.
And I had a good experience with it. My job search was not that long, so I didn't spend that much
That's
time.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it felt very long at the time, but it was not extremely long. Um,
Yeah, I always say like, well, coming from the Bay Area, I'm like, yeah, if you go on 100 interviews and you only get one or two job offers, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, you know.
yeah,
So like, yeah, that's great
it
that you
feels like
were,
so much, but
yeah,
but it's really not.
yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. So, sorry, I said one more last question, but so your current, can you just talk about your current job and how long you've been there, and I guess how you like it over there?
Yeah, so I got this great opportunity with an ad agency in New York called Good Apple.
Oh, cool.
A friend of mine from home actually referred me here, and that's how I found out about it. But they were able to create this sort of hybrid role for me where I am working as a data engineer and a software engineer and an analyst. And my background didn't prepare me with a lot of data science education. Like I haven't, There's a big gap in my resume, and I think it's particularly relevant today as an engineer to have a data science background. Um, so here I'm able to work with clients and manage their databases and learn from more senior analysts on my team about the data we're bringing in. As a data engineer, I'm maintaining and updating our data pipeline, which is something that I also never received an education in through my Flatiron web development
Yeah.
course or through my
It's hard to
information
squeeze everything that you're gonna do, but yeah, it looks like they set you up pretty well.
yeah.
So it sounds like, this company that you're working for trusts you with all sorts of things, so that's definitely a good sign on
Yeah,
their part.
that's what's nice about this job. I get to learn. I get to do a lot of different things, and therefore I get to learn a lot.
Cool. Sounds good. So thanks for taking the time today to talk about your experience before you went into the boot camp, during the boot camp, and after. So appreciate the time, Ruby.
Of course, anytime.
Cool.